What is up, Toro fans? Welcome into another edition of Tauros All Access. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Ken Oda, and we are getting you caught up on all the fun things happening in the land of the Toros. Ken, 2 forwards coming to the Magic City this week, one via trade, one via a tender.
Yeah, bad news for really the league. Colorado ends up losing their lease with their building. They end up having to take a season off. Their players become free agents. Didn't take long for Cody Campbell to swoop in and sign Luca Ori to a tender. And then a trade with the Minnesota Wilderness for a Western Michigan committed forward. Toros add 2 forwards with 20-plus points last year. Either guy has more points than any of the Toros eligible to return this year. So right away, Cody Campbell didn't waste much time getting to work on next season as soon as the Robbie was over.
Yeah, and Edward Neiman had a great article on the website. You guys can go check that out, MinotaurosHockey.com. But yeah, I mean, the thing that got me was Luca Ori talking about how he wants to come in and be a leader this year, kind of take a step up. Both these guys are young, not yet 20-year-olds, so definitely 2 guys that can hopefully be a good voice in the locker room and fit right into the Toros culture.
Yeah, 06s as well, so not just 1 year, but 2 years of eligibility for both of them. And of course, with Trevor Stahowiak leaving 2 years ago, John Small and Ian Spencer aging out this year, Luca Ori from Gurnee, Illinois, just north of Chicago. Cody Campbell had to fill that Chicago pipeline a little bit.
Of course, yeah, as is tradition. Transitioning to the ongoing Crows goal of the season, we have last week's winners. It was John Small getting the win, and he beat
Jacko Hannison with Small's goal. We can take a look as he danced through the Watertown defense and then wired one past their goalie.
Power play. Quick puck movement. Gibbs with his shot. Save made. Rebound comes to the near side. Noah Gibbs feeds John Small. John Small picks his way through traffic. Shot, it's in! Smallsy is 6th of the year against the Shamrocks, and the Toros lead 2-1.
And then the second matchup was Billy Batten, the first of his 3 goals from his hat trick on Teddy Bear Toss night, the one that brought a record 2,000-plus Bears over the glass for the Toros on Teddy Bear Toss night. He edged out Gavin Mindorf, who had a lot of goals to choose from. Last week's matchup was his first as a Toro on New Year's Eve in Bismarck.
Yahala carrying across the blue line. Yahala skating into a center, a pass there, as that hits the back of the net. Billy Batten. Here come the Bears.
That'll bring us to week
4
of the matchups. Matchups 7 and 8. The first matchup, those 2 Chicago kids that I mentioned, Small and Spencer, go head-to-head in goals that are pretty close to identical. And then the second matchup features Edwards and Owens. And actually, Owens set up Edwards' goal, so he gets a win kind of either way on this one.
Right, yeah, he's definitely got it either way. And that first one, Small versus Spence, that might just turn into a popularity contest with how similar those goals were. But check them out here.
Zone. Hannison skates near side. He backhands one to Batten. Batten fires one off net. Small will put back a rebound as the Toros will once again cash in on the power play. John Small will net the first one of the night for the Toros. Draw will come to Oskin's right side. Small out on the draw for the Toros. Toros control. Marvin Cordes work through traffic as he'll fire one on net. Spencer hammers home the rebound to give the Toros a 2-0 lead over the Bulls. Ian Spencer will find the back of the net, his second on the year, as the Toros will take the 2-0 lead.
This is Geyer on the far side. Toss across, picked off by Owens. Owens delays, gives to Edwards, who shot it's in. Owens with the takeaway, Edwards with the finish, and the Toros lead 3-1.
Back around the net, Miller tries to meet that one against the near side point. Small turns back up ice. Small will give it to Owens. Owens feeds to the backside. He hits the back of the net. Chuck Owens, the shorthanded goal for the Toros for his first on the year.
So yeah, fans, get your votes in on the Tauros Hockey mobile app. Go to the interactive tab. You'll see the Kroll's goal voting. You can vote for, like you said, it's either Ian Spencer or John Small. Those goals are almost identical. And then Edwards with a great shot to the top of the net. Both of those goals in the second matchup came against St. Cloud. Chuck Owens shorthanded, went backhand, and a good takeaway by Owens to set up Edwards for a blast. So a couple of tough matchups. Get your votes in and chance to win a milkshake.
Heck yeah. And I might hit up Kroll's after this. A milkshake sounds incredible on a day like today, but that'll transition us into the first edition, something new that we got going all summer. It is the Minotauros Alumni Report presented by First International Bank and Trust. I got to catch up with I don't know, you're the Toros historian, Ken, but one of the more popular Minotauros, maybe in franchise history, defenseman Weston Knox, who just finished up his first year at the University of Wisconsin. Had a nice long combo with him.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I don't know that there was anyone more popular than him, but I don't know that there were, he's definitely top 5 as far as popularity goes, and really probably top 5 all-time defenseman for the Toros as well. Just great kid on and off the ice, and I texted with him a little bit throughout the season, but you got to sit down and have a long-form conversation with him.
Yeah, and so the plan with these, we'll have one a week, hopefully, with some Toros alum, depending on everyone's schedules. But yeah, usually they're going to be 5-6 minutes long. This one ended up being about 10 minutes because you know how I like to ramble, you know how Noxie likes to ramble. But go ahead, take a listen.
All right. Hello, Toros fans. Welcome in. I am here with former Toros legend, current Wisconsin Badger, Weston Knox. Noxie, how is it going, man?
It's going great. I mean, I can definitely say I miss the Magic City, that's for sure, and all the people up there. So anyone watching this, we're happy you tuned in and ready to talk some.
Heck yeah. So yeah, let's get it started. Obviously, a Wisconsin Badger now, just finished up year 1 in Madison. How was the transition going from juniors back to kind of the real world in terms of in-person classes this past fall?
No, definitely a change for sure. I mean, not having to just show up to a rink and actually then go to class afterwards is definitely a change. But I'd say the biggest difference is just how more, not saying like juniors isn't structured, but there's just a lot of like free time and things you got to like figure out on your own sometimes, because when you're not at the rink, it's just junior hockey's kind of finding your way in things. And then like college, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, like they have a structure for you where you have to get things done. You have to do this, have to do that. And if you fall off a little bit, you can get caught behind pretty fast. But no, freshman year was great. Learned a ton. Definitely weird going in as a 20-year-old, 21-year-old when you're living in the dorms and everyone else is 2 or 3 years younger than you. That was probably the weirdest part, but no, it was a ton of fun.
Heck yeah, no, absolutely. And how cool was it to see your former Toro teammates all throughout college hockey finding success this past season? Doss had a lot of success over at Air Force, Jimmer at Miami of Ohio, and obviously Lawton and Zach are up for the Hobie Baker Award there. How cool was it to kind of see everyone, across all these different D1 levels kind of find some success, finding their footing?
No, it's the coolest thing ever, especially because we're all so super close. I mean, we stay in touch. I mean, I talked to Doss a ton about Air Force and everything and how he's liking it, because obviously that's a great opportunity with the whole military side of it and everything. And then I stay in touch with Jemmer, of course. Lawton, me and him just actually had a call a little bit ago. We were talking, catching up. I stay in touch with Pavs a ton, and we got to play him this year. So it was really cool. We got to warm up and cross the red line and get to kind of chirp a little bit and talk to him. It's just really cool to see how far guys have gone and how successful we've, like, just the Toros whole organization, especially the last couple of years, just sending guys to because it's some of the coolest things ever. I mean, you battle through juniors and with some of the greatest guys ever and some of the crazy stories and travel that we all have. And then you finally get to make it to what we want to make it to, like the big leagues and everything. And it's just super cool seeing everyone live out dreams and be able to be part of them with them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a cool moment getting to have Pabs come down to the Kohl Center. Obviously, Chad Muller stopped over too at Long Island.
Well,
So
Chad definitely made his mark in the Kohl Center. That's for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, was it weird playing former teammates or just kind of seeing them with different colors on, or after you do the handshakes and stuff?
It's weird, and just the fact like when you go into a corner, it's not like, because when you like think about it, you're like, oh, like this is just practice, and then you're like, wait, no, this is a game. They're not on my team anymore. I actually have to like try to beat him rather than just late in the year, just get through the rep so Cody doesn't yell at me. But I mean, that it was definitely weird just actually having to go against them and knowing that like I'm going to go home and in 10 minutes I'm going to call him, and like me and Pavs went out to eat after the game. So like it's definitely a weird transition for sure.
Heck yeah, no, that is really cool that you guys are still, chatting, still rooting for each other. And I kind of noticed that too. Obviously with this year's team, still a lot of guys on this past year's team that were on that team, that 23-24 team that had that run to the Robbie. How cool was that to see those guys kind of rewrite the Toro history books just like you guys did in 23-24, thinking of guys like O'Hannison, Ian Spencer ties Longy's record, which you actually played with Longy too. And then obviously your D pair, Adam Mahler, setting about as many records as you could for a defenseman in a season.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. I mean, I just get goosebumps thinking about all the guys. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the things that they accomplished this year is, I mean, every time I got a chance to rewatch highlights or anything like that, I always was. A lot of us were always keeping track on everything, and they did an amazing job, not just saying that it was a one-year wonder of us going and making a run and making a difference in the Central and even the entire league, especially with just how guys performed. And those guys deserved everything that they got, and honestly probably deserve more. They're some of the greatest guys in the world and some of the best hockey players I've ever been with and got to be in a locker room with. They're some of the most caring guys, and it's just goes to show how like respected Minot is and just the organization, how great you guys do it and how much we want to be part of it because it carries on, and the guys are unbelievable, and it sucks. I mean, certain things, talking to Babe and stuff, they only get like 2 years with them, and they like going back, they're all going back for the third year, and it's like, God, it'd be really nice to kind of spend one more year with you guys, but no, they did an amazing job. Obviously didn't end how we wanted it to, but no, they did an amazing job representing that logo.
Heck yeah, no, I remember you were texting Ken all through Game 5, and I remember a lot of guys checking in on Facebook throughout the year. So that is really cool and kind of a testament to how close you guys are, that you still, obviously going through your freshman year in college, but still, checking in on a Friday or Saturday and seeing what the Toros are up to. Obviously the rivalries in the Central still run very deep even after you're gone.
That's for sure. No doubt about that. It's cool going into, I mean, once you get to college, the hockey world gets so small where, I mean, at some point you played against someone or you played with someone, and it's like there's a couple guys that played for Austin that are on Wisconsin at one point. You probably the Adam Patilla on Bismarck, who he's not one of the, I'm sure Minot fans hate him, but I mean, once you get to know him, he's one of the greatest guys ever and everything. But no, it's fun learning about how much they hate us and then how much we hate them. And you kind of connect at the end and be like, yeah, I hated going down to Austin. I mean, the spam can be built up more than it is. So
no doubt. I guess one of the last questions I got for you, Noxie, what are you looking most forward to heading into year 2 at Wisconsin? Obviously 11 games played this past season, but and a whole off season in front of you. But what are you looking forward to most?
Definitely just more, I mean, growing into what it is to be a college hockey player. Obviously, I mean, there's going to be ups and downs and taking on new challenges on where you fit in a lineup and how just everything goes and what comes out, because it's a week by week thing. It's a day by day. You have no idea what's going to happen. Like, from 24 hours or so, it changes so fast, and it's been really fun learning how to adapt to it and find your role and just stick to being yourself. That's, I think, the biggest thing. And I like, just no matter how it happens or how things are going, just sticking to who you are, because it'll pay off in the end, and enjoy it, because it goes by really fast. I mean, freshman year flew by. So it's just trying to enjoy it.
No, absolutely. And if there's one guy that I don't necessarily worry about being themselves, it is definitely Weston Knox. Last question I got for you, Knoxy. I know most of the fans back here might not remember your pregame routine. You jump up on the concourse, head over to the concession stand right at doors open, and get yourself a candy bar. Is there anything like that in your pregame routine currently when it's a home game at the Kohl Center?
See, I can't say I get a candy bar or water, so that still hurts. I still wish I had that, but definitely still go on my walk, and it's part of the reason I still want to do it. It just reminds me of Minot, and it's just a part of me that I don't really want to let go in a pregame. So I definitely still take my walk, and have found a couple people that I say hi to when they know I do it, but still it doesn't hit the same as Minot, that's for sure.
Heck yeah. Well, we appreciate taking some time, Knoxy. I can speak on behalf of all Toro fans when I say that we're still, checking in on Wisconsin box scores, seeing if you're in the lineup, seeing how you're doing. And, that was a real cool moment when you had your first collegiate point. I know a lot of guys in the organization texted you right after, but always rooting for a former Toro, and, you'll always have a family up here in the Magic City.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys are the greatest. It's real special, that's for sure.
All right, and that will do it for the first edition of the Tauros Alumni Report, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Knoxy, thanks again for taking some time, man. I hope you get out and get some fishing done in the next few weeks here.
Yep. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Good stuff as always from you and Knoxy, and always good to hear from him. Toro fans, if there's a specific alum you'd like to hear from, drop their name in the comments. I'll try my best to get a hold of them here over the summer and make sure that they're included in the alumni reports. But we're coming up on another deadline as well. Toro fans, season ticket renewals. If you have season tickets, you need to renew by Sunday.
Yeah. So we're going to start calling the season ticket wait list. That's about 150 names. Going to start giving those people a ring on Monday. So make sure, get in there, get into your ticketing account, and it should be a pending offer in there. All you got to do is pay, put them through. Easy enough. If you have any problems with it, you can email contact@minotauros.com or give the office a ring. Myself or anyone else in the front office can walk you through that step by step. But pretty seamless process. Got till Sunday. Payday's tomorrow for mostly everyone. So make sure to get in there, get those accepted. And then, like I said, any issues, just reach out to us. We'll get you squared away. But with that will do it for another round of Tauros All Access. Kenneth, thank you as always for hopping on. We will talk to you guys next Thursday.